It looks like Chris Harrison has hired a powerful lawyer because he might be taking legal action against the Bachelor franchise. Who's up next on the canceled list?
Just like, so this is just one of those big, just like eye emoji type moments, right? It's like, well, we don't really know what's going to happen. We don't really know what's going on behind the scenes. But if this is a step that Chris Harrison is taking, then it seems like it must be pretty ugly behind the scenes. Like Chris has hired, apparently he has hired Brian J. Friedman from Friedman and Tatelman attorneys. He is the same lawyer who represented Gabrielle Union after she was fired from America's Got Talent. And when she was fired from the show, she spoke out about America's Got Talent and the operation and said that there was, problematic and racist incidents on set. And then in June 2020, she filed an official harassment complaint against producers of the show over her treatment. And then in September, they announced that they had reached an amicable resolution over the case. So this guy, he represented Gabrielle Union in that whole situation. And now it's being reported that Chris has hired this man as well, but we don't really know for what. Like there hasn't been a case filed. Mm-hmm. Like there aren't any details about that. It's all just kind of first step. He now has made this hire and we don't really know what that is going to lead to, but it makes you think that clearly he is unhappy with how this went down, and I'm guessing is trying to fight for his job back.
How ironic would it be if Chris Harrison is the one who takes down the Bachelor franchise? Like, I feel like this is where that's headed. Like, yeah. I could picture
he's just about
Robert
to expose
Mills,
everyone,
Mike Fleece, and Chris Harrison sitting in a room all screaming at each other right now. I picture it. That's what's been going on because I feel like these producers and executives of the show were put into a position where they were like, okay, obviously Chris Harrison's our guy, right? He has been for so long, but he fucked up. Yeah. People are not happy. We got to do something about this. What do we do? And then I imagine Chris Harrison screaming at them, being like, I've stuck by you guys for so many years. Right. And like, this is the fight I'm picturing in my head. And I could imagine it getting really tense and Chris Harrison being like, I'm getting a lawyer. Because I feel like he imagined himself being brought back. I think with the
this
GMA...
makes me think he never stepped away. Like, this makes me think that him stepping away was not his decision. It makes it seem like they told him, like, you have to step away.
Who ever thought it was Chris Harrison's decision to step away? Well, what? Of course it wasn't Chris Harrison's
also,
decision.
like, him stepping away, he couldn't have come back this season. He would have missed one episode. Like, that wouldn't be stepping away. So, like, it's weird that he'd be, like, shot. Like, I don't know.
Yes, it's crazy.
Unless he knows something that people don't know.
It just seems like he hasn't actually wanted any single part of this thing. It's just bullshit because the way he phrased his entire statement after saying he was stepping down seemed like he was actually going to try and fulfill some of the steps that he laid out, and when in reality it seems like that was just all bullshit fluff, and now he's just fighting to get his
what else was he supposed to say? Of course he's going to be out there being like, I'm stepping away.
Is it not disappointing that that is like bullshit?
Of course it is, but it's not a shocking discovery.
That's what I'm saying.
It's not
I'm not saying it was shocking. I'm saying it's disappointing that he put that all out.
I think now he's probably starting to get the feeling, or maybe he actually knows it's like the future of The Bachelor, and like he's not part of that. And like,
it's crazy that he must have really thought he was coming back to host The Bachelor.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was beginning to say was the fact that he probably was not the one to be like, I'm stepping away. That was a choice that they had to make because they realized he fucked up and they're like, people are not happy. We got to do something about this. Chris Harrison, you got to step away. Chris is like, okay, fine, but you got to bring me back. They're probably like, okay, we'll bring you back. We'll put you on GMA. People will be like, oh, he's doing the work. You come back. That's not the reaction they received. And Chris Harrison was probably pissed off when he was told he wasn't going to be hosting The Bachelorette anymore, and that's when he decided to get a lawyer. I'm sure he signed many of contracts.
Although he did call Tayshia, I saw, to like congratulate her. I did see like that report on the new job.
Yes,
like on taking over.
Yes, well, there's a part of this where he can be happy for them, or it could also like want to make sure he stays in the good graces of these contestants and these people that have been on the show, but behind the scenes is still trying to get his job back.
Right. I don't want anybody to think I'm defending Chris Harrison at all. I'm just like, from an honest standpoint, of course Chris Harrison thought he was going to come back as the host of his show that he's been hosting for 20 years. Like, I don't think he really understood what he did wrong. Like, I think everyone saw that. And so I think it's
crazy that it's happened so fast.
That's what I'm saying. I think that he genuinely thought, I'm going to do a few appearances. People are going to be, they underestimated the entire situation. And I think that he definitely has signed many of contracts in which he feels that he can get a lawyer to protect him in some way with these contracts. Maybe he's trying to get...
He's an executive producer, is he not?
Right. Maybe he's trying to get money. Like, yes, like he's trying to get something out of this before he is taken out of the franchise.
Right.
And I feel like that kind of was overlooked on his part. Like, I feel like there are I think him getting on GMA as early as he did is telling enough that he didn't think that this was going to be as bad as it was.
I wonder if that was like, that could have been a play by the executives being like, it's not going to go well, but like if he goes on, that just makes it even easier for us to move on.
I feel like it was a play to be like, all right, let's test this out. Let's throw him on there, see how people react.
We love him, like,
right. Matt James did what am I saying? Oh, Matt James did the Bill Simmons podcast that came out the end of last week, and he was asked about Chris Harrison and everything that went down, and Matt had said, Chris has outlined in his statement that he's committed to putting in the work. He's taking a step back, so I respect that. I hope that he does. I don't think that anybody should be trying to cancel him. We should be calling him to do that work that he's outlined that he wants to do. I look forward to seeing him do that. That, Matt saying that was like, I feel like how we felt about this. It was like, okay, let's hope Chris does puts his money where his mouth is and does the work. Seeing a report that he's hired this big, powerful attorney does not really seem like he is putting in the work. It seems like he is just now pissed and trying to get his job back.
Well, I feel like, of course, everybody had hoped that Chris Harrison would have done the work to educate himself as to why what he said and what he did was wrong and how he's been wrong in the years past. And everybody was hoping for that. But how, like, he's worrying every day about whether or not he's going to be brought back.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And he's hiring lawyers. Yeah. And he's focusing all his time on this. How could he focus his time on improving himself if he's too worried about losing his job? So, and that's not, once again, not defending him. I'm just saying, like, these are just...
I mean, you're not defending him at all.
I know. I just feel like sometimes people can like mix up words, but I'm just like stating the obvious as to like, how can somebody put in the work when they're working on something else? Like, they're not.
No, for sure. It's what I just said too. Like, clearly he's not focused on doing the work that he wrote that he was going to be doing, because you're already thinking about the future and already thinking about like fighting to get your job back.
Yeah. It's. The whole situation is so very confusing. And like you said, I think we like agreed with that statement. It's like, we don't want to cancel him, but we hope that he improves himself. And now it's kind of like, I don't think Chris Harrison is coming back. I feel like when you hire a lawyer, it against the Bachelor franchise, that does not look good. That doesn't look great for what's about to come,
No. One season. That's what's crazy to me too. Like, he couldn't wait one season and then see what happened. Like, they just started filming Katie's Bachelorette season.
Yes, I totally get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I just all feel like
so quick.
When you're Chris Harrison and you've been the host for how many years and you've been in that position of power, you're shocked that you wouldn't
yeah.
be brought back as the host.
Yeah.
You're like, how could they do this to me? We all see it. We all see why they can't. But when you've been in that position for so long, of course you're going to be like, why can't I just come back?
It does seem like there could be a potential bombshell lawsuit in the near future, because what happened with Gabrielle Union went on for a long time and was huge news and like made the headlines for a long time, and that opened up a lot of conversations with like what was going on at NBC
situation
and everything.
What's happening now.
Yes, exactly. Like it's the flip, but has the potential to be as explosive. So,
yeah, what's to come for the Bachelor franchise? I don't know.
I really don't know.
I don't know what's to come. I'm excited for the new seasons, but I don't know what is to come out of this.
Yeah. The behind the scenes has got to be so hectic that we just don't really know the full story.
No, but I'm sure we will once this
lawyer
gets involved a little bit more.
Massive lawsuit. Yeah.